So I never post. If you look at my TikTok, this is the first time I've ever even posted literally anything. But in light of what's everything that's going on, I kind of thought it would probably be right to give my thoughts from a biblical perspective on how us as Christians should be looking at everything that's going on, especially in LA and with Trump and everything. I think one thing that as believers we have to remember that in every great lie, there are grains of truth. And I think that's what Satan is doing. Whether you support the left or whether you support the right, there's a grain of truth in what you are believing. We do need to be hospitable, clear in scripture, show hospitality. Jesus showed us hospitality by literally inviting us into the family of God. And when he was here on earth, he was the kindest man that anybody has ever met. So if you're a believer and you're refusing to show hospitality to people, you're simply just not walking in the way of Christ. Bottom line. On the other hand, if you're supporting the deportations and all these different things, you're saying that I support the law. And that's true. As believers, we need to obey the law. We should be following what God's put authority in the way. We need to remember is that every single authoritative figure comes from God. It's placed there by God. Whether that's the president, the magistrates, the police, whatever it is, there is an authority. If there is an authority, it is put there by God. That doesn't mean that every single authority will be godly, but it does mean that that position was put there for a reason by God. So if you call yourself a Christian and you're disrespecting or dishonoring Donald Trump, who is the leader of our country, you're simply not walking in the way of Jesus Christ. I'll put the verse up here just so you guys know, and you can go look back at what I'm trying to say. Peter actually wrote to his people, and he says to fear the Lord and honor the emperor. And if you know anything about biblical history, the emperor that was in power at the time that Peter was communicating to his followers was the Emperor Nero. You know anything about Nero, you probably know that he was one of the most evil opposers to Christianity that has ever lived. He would use Christians as candlelight for his dinner parties. He would light them on fire. Even in that, I find it interesting that God communicates through Peter to his people, his followers, which is us, that we should honor the authority, even how diabolical or evil that they are. If you claim to be a Christian and you are dishonoring our authority, who is Donald Trump, the authority, ICE, the authority, the police, you are not walking in the way of Christ, period. That doesn't mean that we have to agree with everything that they do, but it does mean that we need to honor them. It's in the scripture. If you're not honoring them, you're not just showing dishonor for the person, you're showing dishonor for God. And he takes that very seriously. If you're a Latino Christian and you're directly involved or attached in any way, shape, or form to this current situation that's going on, I want to remind you